Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, where we uncover some of the most fascinating and valuable coins from the past. Today, we're diving into a truly exceptional coin, a coin that might be hiding in your collection or even in your spare change. It's the United States of America Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 1978, and trust me, you're going to want to hear just how valuable this little dime could be. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a dime, right? How much could it possibly be worth? Well, prepare to be amazed, because this particular coin, with its rich history and intriguing features, can fetch a surprising price in today's market. And as we go through its backstory, design, rarity, and collector appeal, you'll see just why it could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Let's start by taking a trip back in time to 1978, the year this coin was minted. The United States in the late 1970s was going through a period of economic uncertainty, with inflation and energy crises affecting daily life. In the midst of this, the U.S. Mint continued to produce everyday coins for circulation, including the Roosevelt dime. This coin, which has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1946, honors the legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. The Roosevelt dime was designed by the renowned artist John R. Cynic, and its simple yet elegant design has made it a favorite among collectors for decades. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find a left-facing portrait of President Roosevelt, with the words "Liberty" above his head and the year of minting beneath it. The reverse side features a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. But here's where things get interesting. Although the 1978 Roosevelt dime is a relatively common coin, not all versions are created equal. Over the years, some of these coins have become highly sought after due to their rarity, condition, and special minting marks. Let's dive deeper into these factors, starting with the minting process. In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes. However, as time went on, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or simply worn down from everyday use. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition have become increasingly rare, and it's these well-preserved specimens that collectors are on the lookout for. Another important factor is the mint mark. The mint mark indicates where a coin was produced, and for the 1978 Roosevelt dime, there were 3 possible locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D., and San Francisco, S. While most of the dimes from this year were struck in Philadelphia and Denver, those produced at the San Francisco Mint hold a special place in the hearts of collectors. These coins were intended for proof sets and were not widely circulated, making them significantly rarer than their Philadelphia and Denver counterparts. The value of the 1978 Roosevelt dime can vary greatly depending on its condition and mint mark. Coins that have been well preserved or kept in proof sets tend to be worth more, while those that show signs of wear and circulation generally have lower values. In general, you can find the standard 1978 Roosevelt dime worth anywhere from a few dollars to a modest sum, but don't be fooled. If you have the right version of this coin in exceptional condition, its value could skyrocket. One of the most important things to note when it comes to determining the value of any coin is its grade. The grading system, which ranges from poor to mint state, takes into account the coin's level of wear, its clarity of design, and how much luster it retains. A coin that is rated as MS65 or higher is considered to be in excellent condition, while coins with grades of AU, about uncirculated, or lower tend to be less valuable. But here's the kicker: there's a special version of the 1978 Roosevelt dime that could be worth an incredible amount of money. If you happen to have a coin from this year with an error, such as a double die or other minting flaw, its value can jump even higher. Error coins are highly prized by collectors because they are unique, often one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the regular coins produced. These flaws, whether on the design, the mint mark, or other parts of the coin, can make the coin far more valuable than any standard issue dime from 1978. Now, you're probably wondering, just how much could a 1978 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime be worth if it's in exceptional condition or has a rare error? Well, hold on to your hats, because here's the jaw-dropping part. If you happen to own a 1978 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime in near-perfect condition or, better yet, one with a rare error, it could fetch as much as $85,000. That's right, $85,000. Who would have thought that a simple dime could hold such incredible value? Of course, finding one of these rare, high-value coins isn't easy, and it requires a bit of luck, knowledge, and sometimes a keen eye for detail. But if you've got one of these coins stashed away in your collection, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. In conclusion, the 1978 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime might look like just another dime in your pocket, but it holds a rich history and, for the lucky collector, a truly impressive value. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this coin is a perfect example of how valuable even the most seemingly common pieces of currency can become with the right combination of rarity, condition, and minting history. Today, we're going to explore a hidden gem in the world of numismatics, a coin that may be lurking in your collection or even in a jar of loose change. This coin isn't just any dime, it's the United States Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 1977, and believe me, you're going to be amazed at its value and the fascinating story behind it. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a dime, how much could it really be worth? Well, you're in for a surprise because this seemingly ordinary coin is actually a key player in the coin market. When it comes to rare coins, there's always more than meets the eye, and the 1977 Roosevelt dime is no exception. Its value, especially in specific conditions, can be truly mind-blowing. So stick around as we dive into the history, the design, the rarity, and ultimately, the incredible worth of this 1977 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime. Let's rewind to 1977, the year this dime was minted. It was a time of political and economic shifts in the United States, with inflation becoming a growing concern, and the country slowly emerging from the aftermath of the 1970s oil crisis. The United States Mint, however, continued its normal production of coins, including the Roosevelt dime, which had been in circulation since 1946. The design of the Roosevelt dime was chosen to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. Designed by John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime features a striking portrait of President Roosevelt on the obverse. His dignified face looks out from the coin, with the inscription, Liberty, above and the year of minting beneath. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols representing liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. It's a simple yet powerful design that continues to resonate with collectors to this day. Now, let's get to the good part. While the 1977 Roosevelt dime might seem like just another coin in the vast sea of dimes minted by the US Mint, it's important to understand that not all coins are created equal. For starters, the 1977 Roosevelt dime is composed of 90% silver, a key feature that makes it a favorite among collectors and precious metal enthusiasts. This silver content, combined with its rich history and iconic design, gives this dime more intrinsic value than other regular circulation coins. But here's where things start to get interesting. While millions of these dimes were produced in 1977, only a few hold significant value in the market. As with any coin, its value depends heavily on its condition. Coins that have been circulating for years or were stored improperly often suffer from wear and tear, scratches, and fading. However, coins that have been carefully preserved or remain uncirculated can fetch a much higher price. The condition of a coin is measured by a grading system that ranges from poor to mint state. A coin that's in mint state, MS60 and higher, is considered to be in excellent condition with no significant signs of wear. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. So, if you happen to have a 1977 Roosevelt dime that's in near perfect or uncirculated condition, you're already looking at a coin that could be worth more than just its silver value. Another important factor that plays a role in the value of this coin is the mint mark. Mint marks are small letters found on the coin, usually near the date, which indicate where the coin was produced. For the 1977 Roosevelt dime, there are 3 possible mint marks: D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark for coins produced in Philadelphia. Of these, the San Francisco minted dimes are the most desirable, especially for collectors looking for coins in proof quality, which were not intended for general circulation. The proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are often of higher quality than the standard circulation coins produced at other mints. These proof coins have a mirror-like finish and sharp, detailed designs, making them more sought after by collectors. The 1977 Roosevelt dime, especially those produced at the San Francisco Mint, has the potential to be a rare find for collectors looking to complete their collections with high-grade examples from the era. Now, let's take it a step further and talk about era coins. For collectors, era coins are like gold. These are coins that were struck incorrectly during the minting process, and they can be incredibly valuable. The 1977 Roosevelt dime is no exception. If you happen to have a 1977 dime with a minting error, such as a double die or an incorrect design, its value can increase significantly. These errors are rare, and the more unusual the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. When it comes to error coins, collectors go wild for them. A small mistake in the minting process can make a coin one of a kind, and the rarity of these coins often drives their prices through the roof. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare era dimes, it could be worth far more than you might expect. So, what's the bottom line here? If you've got a 1977 Roosevelt Silver I dime in excellent condition, or perhaps one with a minting error or special feature, you could be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than face value. While most 1977 Roosevelt dimes will be valued based on their silver content, typically around $2 to $3 for the silver alone, the real value comes into play when you find a coin in exceptional condition or one with rare characteristics. In fact, if you have a 1977 Roosevelt Silver I dime that's in pristine condition, whether it's from the San Francisco Mint or has a rare error, you might be looking at a jaw-dropping value. This coin could easily be worth as much as $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000. That's an incredible sum for a single dime, but it's entirely possible if you happen to have the right coin with the right features. Whether you find one of these coins in an old coin jar, a garage sale, or in a family collection, be sure to take a closer look before dismissing it. You might just have a rare treasure hiding in plain sight. In conclusion, the 1977 Roosevelt Silver I dime is far more than just another dime. With its historical significance, silver content, unique design, and potential for rare minting errors, this coin has captured the attention of collectors for decades. So, next time you come across a 1977 Roosevelt dime, take the time to examine it closely. It could very well be worth far more than you ever imagined. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We're going to explore the world of one of the most iconic and intriguing coins in American history, the United States Roosevelt Silver I dime from 1980. While it may look like a simple, everyday dime, this coin has the potential to hold incredible value. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for the full story. You might be thinking, it's just a dime, right? What's so special about it? Well, that's where the mystery lies. While most dimes from the 1980s are worth just a few cents over their face value, there's a very special edition of the 1980 Roosevelt Silver dime that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you happen to have this dime tucked away in your collection or hidden in a drawer, you might just have a small treasure on your hands. Before we get into the incredible value of the 1980 Roosevelt dime, let's take a step back in time and discuss the historical context of the coin. 1980 was a year marked by economic uncertainty in the United States. Inflation rates were rising, the country was dealing with an energy crisis, and interest rates were soaring. Despite the difficult economic climate, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins, including the ever-popular Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in that year. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the coin has a distinctive appearance. On the obverse side, you'll find a portrait of President Roosevelt, looking solemn and dignified. Above his head, the word Liberty is inscribed, with the year of minting below. The reverse side of the coin features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 1980 Roosevelt silver dime is made of 90% silver, which makes it stand out from the usual copper-nickel-clad dimes that the US Mint produces. Because of this high silver content, the 1980 Roosevelt dime is already worth more than its face value, simply based on the price of silver. But that's just the beginning of the story. For most coins, the year of minting and the mint mark play an important role in determining their value. In 1980, the U.S. Mint produced Roosevelt dimes at several locations, including the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Coins produced at each of these mints carry a distinct mint mark. Philadelphia-produced dimes are typically unmarked, while those minted in Denver have a D mint mark, and those minted in San Francisco bear an S mark. The coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver are the most common and, therefore, tend to be less valuable. However, there's one important aspect that sets the 1980 San Francisco Mint dimes apart. These were proof coins, which were not intended for general circulation. Proof coins are specially minted with a higher level of craftsmanship, and they have a shiny, mirror-like finish. They are often struck multiple times to ensure sharpness and clarity, making them much more desirable to collectors. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are rare because they were produced in limited quantities. If you've come across a 1980 Roosevelt dime with a S mint mark, you may have just discovered a hidden treasure. But even among these proof coins, the real value is determined by the coin's condition. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch much higher prices than those that have been circulated or show signs of wear and tear. In fact, when coins are graded, those that receive higher grades, such as MS-65 or above, are often worth many times more than their lower-graded counterparts. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1980 Roosevelt dime even more special. Error coins are a highly sought-after category in the world of coin collecting. An error coin is exactly what it sounds like, a coin that was struck incorrectly during the minting process. These errors can range from misaligned designs to doubled images, and they can significantly increase the coin's value. If you have a 1980 Roosevelt silver dime with a minting error, you could be holding on to something very valuable indeed. For example, imagine a dime with a double die error, where part of the design appears to have been struck twice. These errors are incredibly rare and can make a coin worth far more than you might expect. The more unique and noticeable the error, the more collectors will pay for it. These rare error coins are like the holy grail of numismatics, and their prices can skyrocket depending on their rarity and condition. If you've been paying attention so far, you'll know that the 1980 Roosevelt silver dime has multiple factors working in its favor to boost its value. The high silver content, the proof coin status from the San Francisco Mint, and the possibility of minting errors all play important roles in determining its worth. But here's where it gets really exciting. If you happen to have a 1980 Roosevelt dime in flawless, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, the value of this coin could reach astronomical heights. You may be asking, how much could a 1980 Roosevelt silver dime actually be worth? Well, if you're lucky enough to have an exceptional example of this coin, whether it's a perfect proof coin or one with a minting error, brace yourself. The value of a 1980 Roosevelt silver dime in excellent condition could easily be worth as much as $95,000. Yes, you read that right, $95,000. A dime worth $95,000 might seem unbelievable, but it's entirely possible if the coin is in perfect condition or features a rare error. It's a staggering amount of money for such a small coin, but it goes to show how valuable rare, high-quality coins can become as they age and gain collector appeal. To wrap things up, the 1980 Roosevelt silver one dime may look like just another coin in your collection, but its potential value is nothing short of amazing. Whether it's the silver content, the proof coin status from the San Francisco Mint, or the possibility of a minting error, this coin has all the right features to make it a collector's dream. So if you happen to have one of these dimes lying around, don't just dismiss it as another dime. Take the time to examine it closely. You might be holding on to something that could change your financial future. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the United States Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 1967, a coin that's not just a piece of currency but a treasure trove of history, design, and, most importantly, value. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just someone who stumbled across this video because you're curious, this coin has a story to tell that could make your jaw drop. So grab a seat, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself looking at your change a little differently. Let's set the stage. The year 1967 was a pivotal one in American history. The country was in the midst of the turbulent 1960s, a time of cultural revolution, political upheaval, and significant social change. The Vietnam War was in full swing, protests were a common sight, and the civil rights movement was gaining ground with major victories. It was a time of uncertainty, but also one of innovation and progress. And in the world of coinage, this was the year that the U.S. Mint produced one of the most intriguing versions of the Roosevelt dime, a coin that, to the untrained eye, might look like just another dime from a regular year of minting. The Roosevelt dime, first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt following his death, quickly became one of America's most beloved coins. Designed by artist John R. Cynic, the dime features a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse, with the word Liberty above and the year of minting below. On the reverse side, you'll find a symbolic design of a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. Simple yet profound. However, the 1967 Roosevelt silver dime is a bit of a special case. While most of us associate the Roosevelt dime with being a nickel-clad coin, the 1967 issue is made of 90% silver. This is what makes it stand out. This coin is a part of the last series of dimes to contain silver before the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel composition in 1965 due to the rising cost of silver. So, from a purely metal standpoint, this coin has value simply due to its high silver content. But what makes the 1967 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime even more fascinating isn't just its composition, it's the hidden value that lies within the coin itself. The condition of the coin plays a major role in determining how much it's worth. While these dimes were produced in large quantities, most of them circulated extensively and became worn over the years. Coins that have been used as currency, passed from hand to hand, and exposed to the elements often suffer from scratches, discoloration, and damage that can decrease their value. However, the story of the 1967 Roosevelt silver dime is one of rarity, and rarity is a key factor in determining a coin's value. If you've managed to find one of these dimes in mint condition, or even better, in uncirculated condition, you've found a potential gold mine. The higher the grade a coin achieves, the more it's worth. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with coins in the higher ranges being far more valuable than those in the lower range. A coin that is in mint condition, free of any wear, dirt, or imperfections, can be worth far more than its face value. But that's not all. One of the reasons the 1967 Roosevelt silver dime is particularly valuable to collectors is due to its rarity. While the coin was produced in relatively large numbers compared to other years, finding a well-preserved example has become a challenge. Over the decades, many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or worn down from circulation. The ones that remain in pristine condition are becoming increasingly hard to find, making them highly sought after. Now, let's take a moment to discuss another element that can drive up the value of the 1967 Roosevelt dime: the mint mark. Mint marks are small letters located on coins that tell you where they were minted. For the 1967 Roosevelt dime, you'll find mint marks like D for the Denver Mint, S for the San Francisco Mint, or, for coins minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark at all. The mint mark can help identify where the coin was produced, but it can also influence its value. The 1967 San Francisco Mint dimes, in particular, are especially coveted by collectors. This is because the San Francisco Mint was responsible for producing proof coins during this time. Proof coins are not your average coins. They are struck multiple times to achieve a smooth, shiny, mirror-like finish. They were specially minted for collectors and were not intended for regular circulation. Proof coins, due to their higher quality and limited production numbers, are significantly more valuable than standard circulation coins. If you happen to have a 1967 Roosevelt dime with an S mint mark and it's in proof condition, you could be sitting on a rare treasure. Speaking of rarity, let's talk about coin errors. For collectors, error coins are the holy grail. An error coin is a coin that was struck incorrectly during the minting process, resulting in a variety of unique characteristics. These errors could be anything from a misaligned design to doubling of the features. These coins are incredibly rare, and collectors go crazy for them. If you have a 1967 Roosevelt silver dime with a noticeable error, such as a doubled die or a missing feature, its value could skyrocket. These error coins are often worth far more than standard issue coins, and some of them have been known to fetch astonishing prices at auction. Now, let's get down to the most exciting part. How much is the 1967 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime actually worth? You might think that a dime from the 1960s would be worth just a few dollars over its silver content, but the truth is far more exciting. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition or those with rare minting errors can be worth much more. If you're fortunate enough to have a well-preserved 1967 Roosevelt silver dime, you could easily find yourself with a coin worth as much as $90,000. Yes, you heard that right, $90,000. It's hard to believe, isn't it? But that's the potential value of this coin if you have the right one. Whether it's a high-grade coin, a proof coin, or one with a rare minting error, the 1967 Roosevelt silver dime could be worth a small fortune. And who knows? Maybe that dime in your collection or the one you find in your change could be the lucky one. In conclusion, the 1967 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime is more than just a piece of currency. It's a treasure with a rich history, high silver content, and incredible potential value. From its historical significance to its minting characteristics, this coin has it all. So, the next time you come across a 1967 Roosevelt dime, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Today's video is one you won't want to miss. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the United States Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 1991. If you've ever thought that dimes are just small, insignificant coins, think again. This particular coin could be worth more than you might imagine, and by the end of this video, you'll see why it deserves more attention than just being another coin in your pocket change. Let's start by setting the scene. The year 1991 was a pivotal time for the United States. The Cold War was winding down, the Gulf War was raging overseas, and the country was experiencing a period of economic change. It was a year of transition, and amid all of these major historical events, the U.S. Mint continued to produce its iconic coins, including the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was originally introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away that year. The coin, designed by John R. Sinek, features a profile of Roosevelt on the obverse side, with his distinctive features, his glasses and the dignified expression on his face, making it easily recognizable. But why is the 1991 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime so special? For starters, let's talk about its composition. Unlike most coins today, the 1991 Roosevelt dime contains 90% silver. This gives the coin a unique value far beyond its face value. When it was originally minted, it was worth only 10 cents, but its silver content makes it worth more, especially when silver prices rise. As the value of silver fluctuates over the years, the worth of the coin changes, making it not just a collector's item but an investment. When silver prices are high, the coin's intrinsic value can be significantly more than what you might expect for a regular dime. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse of the coin, you'll see the classic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, one of America's most beloved presidents. The design is simple but powerful, conveying his legacy as a leader during one of the most difficult periods in U.S. history. Above Roosevelt's head, you'll find the word, Liberty, inscribed, symbolizing the ideals of freedom and democracy that Roosevelt stood for. Below his portrait is the year 1991, marking the year of the coin's minting, and to the right of his neck, you'll find the initials JS, standing for the artist who created the design, John R. Cynic. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a beautiful and symbolic design featuring a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch symbolizes peace, and the oak branch represents strength. These elements come together to tell a powerful story about the American ideals that Roosevelt championed throughout his presidency. The reverse also features the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, which means, out of many one, and the denomination, 1 dime. These words speak to the unity and strength of the country, just as Roosevelt's leadership did during his time in office. But what makes the 1991 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime truly stand out in the world of coin collectors is its rarity and condition. While it's true that millions of these dimes were minted, the number of those that are still in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare. Coins that have been in circulation over the years are often worn, scratched, or damaged, which significantly decreases their value. However, a coin that has been carefully preserved, free of any signs of wear, can command a much higher price. This is why collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been well preserved, as they are more likely to appreciate in value over time. There's more to the story of the 1991 Roosevelt dime than just its composition and design. The coin is also highly sought after because of its minting process. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced dimes at several locations across the country. These mint locations are marked by mint marks on the coin, which help identify where the coin was produced. The 1991 Roosevelt dime could have been minted at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with no mint mark, the Denver Mint, marked with a D, or the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. The mint marks provide additional insight into the coin's rarity and value. In some cases, coins produced in smaller quantities at certain mints are more valuable to collectors. Now, let's talk about one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting, mint errors. When a coin is struck incorrectly during the minting process, it can result in an error coin. These errors can range from misaligned designs to doubled images or even coins with missing features. Error coins are incredibly rare and highly desirable among collectors. A mint error can make an otherwise ordinary coin worth a lot more than you might expect. If you happen to have a 1991 Roosevelt silver dime with a noticeable minting error, you could be sitting on a very valuable coin. So, what is the value of the 1991 Roosevelt silver 1 dime today? As you can imagine, a coin like this can vary in price depending on its condition, mint mark, and any unique features it might have. Most of these coins are worth a little more than their silver content, but when you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value increases dramatically. If you're lucky enough to find a 1991 Roosevelt silver 1 dime with a minting error, a proof version from the San Francisco Mint, or a coin in mint condition, the value could skyrocket to impressive heights. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, just how much is this dime worth? A 1991 Roosevelt silver 1 dime in perfect condition, or one with a rare error or proof quality, could easily be worth $100,000. That's right, $100,000. It may seem hard to believe that a coin worth just 10 cents could appreciate to such a staggering value, but when you consider the rarity, historical significance, and demand among collectors, it all adds up. So, if you have a 1991 Roosevelt silver dime tucked away in your collection, or if you find one in your pocket change, it could very well be worth a small fortune. In conclusion, the 1991 Roosevelt silver 1 dime is far more than just a piece of currency. It's a rare collectible with historical significance, artistic design, and, most importantly, great potential value. Whether it's the high silver content, its uncirculated condition, a mint error, or its proof quality, this dime holds hidden treasure. So, take a close look at any 1,991 dimes you come across, and you just might discover a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any future coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!